Carl Jung's warning echoes through time. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. What if this darkness Jung describes isn't your enemy, but the raw material of your rebirth? For over 3,000 years, humanity has grappled with its inner darkness. Albert Camus crystallized this struggle in Sisyphus, condemned to eternally push his boulder uphill, only to watch it tumble down again and again, forever trapped in what seems like divine punishment. But what if I told you that your most painful patterns, your anger, shame, hidden fears, are just like Sisyphus's rock, and that within this absurd struggle lies a key to unlocking parts of yourself that your consciousness never touched? This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about the alchemy of seeing deeply. Welcome to Shadow Work through the lens of the absurd. Carl Jung defined the shadow as the unconscious aspects of our personality that society deems unacceptable. But Camus' Sisyphus shows us something radical. When we stop fighting the rock, when we become the observer of our own absurd struggles, we transmute futility into freedom. Your rage when betrayed, your envy when overlooked. These aren't flaws, these are opportunities, just like portals leading directly to the unintegrated fragments of your wholeness. Like Sisyphus finding meaning in his eternal task, shadow work begins when you gaze at your pain without judgment, when you're able to observe your pain without attachment, without becoming them. Then, something incredible happens. You'll note you're not your pain. You'll be able to see it from every single angle, almost like mapping it. It'll then let you embrace it instead of getting controlled by it, like you always have. If your shadow is the philosopher's stone and Sisyphus's absurdity your map, remember, Jungian theory only comes alive when applied. So how do we touch this alchemy in life's chaos? The journey toward conscious darkness demands a ritual of presence. Here are 3 deceptively simple yet radically transformative practices. Tools to stop pushing your pain uphill and start observing it like the happy Sysiphus Camus invited us to imagine. These are not fixes, but sacred confrontations. An invitation to turn your struggle with the rock into an intimate dialogue with the rawest, truest parts of yourself. Step 1. Behold your boulder, the trigger as mirror. When you feel that familiar rage or shame rising, pause. Don't act. Don't suppress. Be Sisyphus at the mountaintop. Ah, here is my rock again. Ask, what exiled part of me does this feeling protect? Your trigger isn't random. It's a map to wounds crying for acknowledgement. This is the first act of liberation, seeing the rock without being crushed by it. Step 2. The absurd dialogue, journaling from the summit. Now, converse with your shadow, like Camus' hero gazing at his rock. Write, dear shame or anger, what are you guarding within me? What do you need me to see? Listen, not to fix, but to witness. Neuroscience confirms naming an emotion reduces its power. This isn't solving the unsolvable, it's finding beauty in the struggle. As Camus said, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Step 3. Ritual of the witness. Choose one small ritual to honor this energy. If it's repressed grief, light a candle and whisper, I see you. If it's toxic shame, scream into a pillow, then laugh at the absurdity. By observing without identifying, you do what Sisyphus couldn't. Transform the rock into a lens. Jung knew this. What you resist persists. What you befriend transforms. Camus wrote, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Your shadow holds that summer. When you observe your pain, truly see its texture, weight, even its grotesque beauty, you cease being Sisyphus pushing the rock. You become the mountain holding him, the sky witnessing him, and in that shift, Jung's promise blooms. The shadow becomes fertile soil for wholeness, not by eliminating the absurd, but by embracing it as sacred ground." I want to end this video with a simple yet powerful provocation. Ask yourself, what rock are you learning to behold? Transform your dialogue with it into a ritual of transformation. If you were to send your rock a letter, what would you tell it? What would it tell you? Now don't leave this letter only in your mind. Write it, and more importantly, burn or rip it up as a closure to this ritual. Writing helps bringing your shadow into visibility, and burning it is a powerful way to send this message to your subconscious. Your unconscious mind does not operate through rational logic, but through images, emotions, and repetitive patterns. Rituals are encrypted messages that your unconscious mind decodes and absorbs. If this journey from darkness to wholeness resonated, comment below. One absurd pattern I witness in myself is... Let's normalize this radical self-observation and use our collective mind to find cure within ourselves. If you felt seen, if these words touch something inside you, please leave your like so YouTube can understand this video as valuable content. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Remember, we're not here to conquer the mountain, but to find meaning in the climb.